At the end of this video there is a short message for all the people who like my channel, so if you are one of them, I will be glad if you watch the end of the video as well. Oil is the source of all industry in today's world. But you surely know that oil is a non-renewable resource. So it's renewable, but it takes about 1,000,000 years. And since it is non-renewable and we use it in bulk, there must come a day when all supplies run out, right? Before I answer that question, let's take a look at what I think the world would look like if oil ran out overnight. Fuel supplies would run out very quickly. The end of oil would mean the end of simple transportation for most companies. No gas cars, motorbikes, lawnmowers, boats or planes. Electricity would be a problem in the US, for example, where 30% of electricity comes from coal and 33% from natural gas. The end of gasoline could help, for example, Elon Musk with his car company Tesla, which produces an electric car. Although these are currently unaffordable for the majority of the population, I assume that they would definitely develop a cheaper model. What would be a bit silly for Mr. Musk is the fact that without oil it would not be possible to produce kerosene, i.e. the fuel for his rockets. His company SpaceX would have only two options: quit or develop a different propulsion system, which is far too unrealistic for rockets these days. This would not only be a problem for SpaceX, but for all of humanity, as it would greatly limit research and uncovering secrets about the universe. Food supplies would be greatly reduced. An army would be useless in battle without cars, fighter jets, food supplies and medical supplies. The railways would be extremely congested, as it would be the only option in terms of importing raw materials, even when transporting over a longer distance. Even trams and trolleybuses wouldn't do it. This was still quite an optimistic scenario. The pessimistic one is that there will be no electricity, no food, no jobs, governments will collapse, there will be war, there will be food fights, and in the end most of the population will starve to death anyway. But let's not jump to conclusions. Let's get back to the main point of this video. So when will oil run out? Well, I think a more appropriate question would be, will the oil ever run out? It has been announced several times that supplies are running out. In 1914, supplies lasted for 10 years, in 1939 for 13 years, and in 1951 for another 13 years. And now, in 2024, we know that there are at least 1.5 trillion barrels of oil in the Earth's crust, which is approximately 178 trillion liters at the current rate of processing. Around 93 million barrels per day. These resources will last for around 40 years. It follows that oil will run out in 40 years, right? No. Here are the main two reasons why. The first reason is that 1.5 trillion barrels are confirmed. In practice, this means that we can extract exactly 1.5 trillion barrels without much difficulty. There is a good chance that there is even more oil in the Earth's crust. In the past, they also feared that the era of oil would end soon, and they were wrong. Think of it like driving a car at night. The lights only shine for a limited distance, but you know that the path continues even where you can't see. In theory, you might fear that there will be no path in front of you, but you keep going anyway. The same goes for oil. There is simply no reason to look for more oil when we have enough for decades. The second reason is that the world is slowly but surely becoming more ecologic. Electric cars are starting to gain traction, and it's only a matter of a few years before they become more affordable than petrol or diesel cars. Airplanes are becoming more efficient with new, more fuel-efficient engines and improved aerodynamics. There are even small airplanes that are purely electric. More and more solar and wind farms are appearing. For example, China plans to invest up to 750 billion euros in the production of electricity from renewable sources by 2030. It is difficult to predict if we will ever stop using oil completely. In the past, we largely stopped using wood and coal. Will we stop also with oil? Write me your opinion in the comments. That would be it for this video. Now the message I told you about at the beginning. If you don't want to listen to my pathetic pouring out of my heart, you can turn off the video now and wait for the next one. If so, here it is. A few people have already asked me why I don't make longer videos. I would make 10-minute videos, but making this type of video is very time consuming. 1 minute of my video will take 5 to 6 hours to prepare. This is the main reason why the videos are not longer. Of course I could do raw 10-minute videos, but I don't want to because I think quality is over quantity. All told, it can take me about 15 hours to make a 1 to 3 or 4 minute video, maybe more, maybe less. And you know what I get out of it? Money by no means. I just feel good about it. Why am I telling you this? I would like to ask you if you like my channel. If you think it is quality or informative, please share and like it. Every single like counts. Good night.